where history and modernity roll into one, and the politics of a world becomes a footnote, where the experience of each athlete is unique to their own dreams and aspirations.
And now she's the double Commonwealth champion.
Where the goal is gold. We can never frown upon these games because the atmosphere which comes with the color of presentation and competition is immeasurable. Glass ceilings are broken every day, and the disappointment only comes when not giving of your best. What we have known to be true all these years is that through determination,
this is a wonderful moment.
Life finds a way. The unexpected nature of a pandemic still looms. We get struck down and we bounce back. We get lost, but we continue the journey. It is said sometimes that it's a hope which kills.
But that was a performance of real heart for Jareen Richards.
But hope is what truly keeps us alive, to celebrate each moment.
We just win Commonwealth.
To realign our reality to our dreams.
She wins by a country mile.
To understand the measure of what it is we do in being a part of the arena or the stands. For those who have been here, to experience the wonder of camaraderie and battle, exultation and support.
Gonna call, play the basket. We need it for the 4x4, I'm ready.
It's a time to remember. It's the time of our lives. Birmingham, thank you.
I say happy birthday, my mom. I love you.
Welcome back to the SportsMax Zone. The 22nd edition of the Commonwealth Games in Birmingham, England is over. And your home of champions, SportsMax, was on hand to deliver excellent coverage. Lance and George, we had our memorable moments over the 11 days of competition that was done yesterday with Leighton and I. So now my question for both of you, because you were live in all the action, which athletes stood out for you? George, you go first.
For certain, Nicholas Paul. I keep saying that Paul's gold medal in the keirin was almost cathartic for me. And when you read the history of the Caribbean and cycling, and you realize how long between gold medals for the Caribbean in the event. Remember now, we're talking about 1966, the last time a man won a cycling gold medal for the Caribbean. And again, it was a trini. And you have to look at that as remarkable. That's what, 56 years, the drought over by this man. We knew this guy was world class. We saw him in the lead up to Tokyo, and the promise he held was huge. Misfortune in Tokyo with that disqualification and the appeal which was lodged but which was not successful, and so you didn't get to see him at his best in his best event. And coming into the Commonwealth Games, the pressure was on him to deliver from those of us who followed the cycling and knew his pedigree relative to his opponents. He delivered. He not only won gold, he won 2 other medals, one of each. But this keirin performance, where he looked as if he was a class apart. One person said, well, to show you how good Nicholas Paul was, someone criticized the performance and said, well, it's only the Commonwealth region that he beat. And a normal person would have been upset at the person for saying that. But in that, what I took was that Nicholas Paul was so better than the best from the Commonwealth that persons are saying, oh, he didn't beat much, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So for me, that was, he is the individual of these games for me, alongside Rashid Broadbell for his gold medal in the sprint hurdles for men, and Miss Drysdale Daly for winning a medal in judo. If someone went to space, well, if you went to space, Mariah, and came back, and someone told you that true or false, well, asked you, true or false, the Caribbean won a medal in judo at any major games, multi-country events, multi-participant competition. You'd have said no, or a reasonable person would have said no. Jamaica, Ebony Drysdale Daly, she did that, and I think it's special because it's not a medal from the usual area. So among a clutch of big performances from big-time performers, those three for me stand out.
Definitely. Now, Lance, what you got?
Yeah, well, to be honest, all of the gold medal winners were very, very impressive for me. George mentioned the main ones, some of the main ones, but Jareem Richards, Lyndon Victor, the Grenadian decathlon champion, repeating, and there was Karen McMaster as well in the 400 hurdles, also repeating. All of them were splendid, so all of the gold medal winners deserve a lot of credit. Even those who didn't win gold medals, as George just mentioned, Drysdale with a silver. I would mention at this point too the St. Lucian Julian Alfred, only 20 years old, a silver medal in the 100 meter. She was only 600ths of a second behind the world's fastest woman, Elaine Thompson-Hera, and the first ever medal at the Commonwealth Games on the track for St. Lucia. So overall, a very, very satisfying performance by Caribbean athletes in Birmingham.
But what about your fellow countrywoman?
Sada Williams.
You forgot.
But I said all of the gold medal winners, all of the gold. Sade
was amazing.
Yeah, there's no Caribbean athlete or no Barbadian athlete that ever won a gold medal in the 400 meters, neither male or female. And Sade came in as the favorite. She ran a 49.75 personal best at the World Championship in Oregon a couple of weeks before, and she became at the Commonwealth Games the first 400-meter women's champion to go below 50 seconds, which wasn't entirely surprising because she had gone below 50 seconds at the World Championships. But her third 100 in this race was just leaving the halfway mark was when she kicked, and no one was able to go with her.
She was gone.
I was reminding our panel that she holds the national record in Barbados for the 200 meters as well, which she did as a teenager at the secondary schools championship back in 2016. So she's a runner that has a lot of speed, and she used speed and stamina to really cripple the field. And she was obviously one of the most impressive gold medal winners for the Caribbean at the Games.
Definitely impressive. So many moments to treasure, and we look forward now. All we're left now with are memories. On that note, let's take a quick break. When we come back, I have interactive for you.